go back to London, but
How was your student life like?
Melbourne is one of my favorite cities in the world now.
So how does the future look like in Australia, Myra? You approached, us, KC Overseas Rohini. Did you think making that decision was the right one? So, how are you? Such a long time.
I'm good. Yes, I think 3 years. No, more than no, not that long time. I think a year maybe because the last time I was in India, I met you. I came with my brother.
Yes, we did meet, but
Yes,
still a year's
yeah,
time.
yeah, very long time. Yeah,
How are things?
they're good.
They're good.
Australia is good. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for doing this first and foremost. And I just really straight up go ahead with the questions. I know you have a busy day. Uh, so I just wanted to kind of first and foremost ask you when you decided for Australia, um, what were the circumstances like? What was your situation like in the home country? What was the background kind when you approached us? So let's just begin
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Think when I came to you, I was like, one of those COVID victims. Like I did not know what to do because I had just come back from London and I wanted to go back to London, but you advised against it because, we had run into trouble with the university not accepting, they said that they would not let me continue from where I left and then I had to
Yes.
start all over again. So
Yes.
that was the problem. And then I think Canada was also not I said that I could go to Canada, but you said no, that's not a great place to go to right now. And then you suggested that you should go to Australia. And then you said that we should be applying to Monash and like the good universities, but because I was not sure that I'd get in because of the gap and
Yeah, the
everything. But
gap.
you said no, we should definitely try. And I think because of that encouragement, I did that. And against all odds, we actually did not get into Deakin, but we got into Monash with scholarship and
Yes.
travel grant and everything, and the credit exception as well that London, the same
Yes.
university, was not ready to give. So yeah,
Yes.
I'm very grateful for that it happened. And Monash has been like an amazing place to study. They have got like the infrastructure and everything is amazing. The professors are amazing. How they teach, how they take care of their students is actually really good. It's definitely a bit expensive, but I think ultimately it's worth it.
It's worth it. So,
Yeah.
we've been there for quite some years now. 3 years, I assume.
3 years. I
Yeah.
came 21st March. Yeah.
Yes. 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
3 years this month. Yeah.
how was your student life like? What kind of hardships did you face, or was it like very smooth sailing? Did you work part time? What all did you experience as a student in Australia?
Australia is ultimate, like Melbourne especially. I really like Melbourne. I've been to two different states now, three different states, including Melbourne. I've seen Tasmania and NSW. But what I have experienced is that Melbourne is one of my favorite cities in the world now, and I've traveled quite a bit since I moved to London first. So Melbourne is actually really good. And then my student life, it's actually easy to adjust here because there are a lot of students here. There are a lot of immigrants here, so you know that people are all hear from different cultures and then they are making it work and then you also make it work, so that kind of gives you a collective
Got
encouragement.
it.
And other than that, I think universities do a lot for students to get together. They have got a lot of clubs. They have got a lot of support services for students. Like, if you are not sure about how to study because you're coming to a new country, you don't know what the education system is and how it works. So that is one thing that students face a lot of problems with because, they're how we are marked in India is like really different to Australia, because India it's more about memory and it's in Australia it's more about concepts and applications.
Yeah.
So most universities have these systems in place where they help you with how to excel at your study. So it's like not just what you study, so it's also how to study.
Got
So
it.
I think that has been a great thing with
The
Australia.
transition was
And like
not that hard with the support.
yeah, yeah, yes, so
And
transition was
you,
not that hard.
yeah, you got time to work part time.
I got time to work part time because study load, I think it might be different for different subjects, but being a bachelor's of arts students, I took psychology initially, then I switched to
Yeah.
literature, which
Yeah.
was, my long lost love. But yeah, with yeah, so the time that you have to give, even if you give like concentrated time of say 2 days a week, you are able to excel at your studies. So studies and curriculum is not that hard if you are actually paying attention and attending your tutorials.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Your teachers are supportive. Whatever you want to ask them, they're there for you. There's no strictness. They let you, like strictness that you have to attend a tutorial or something. They treat you like adults, so you have to take more of responsibility on yourself. So I think that is a great thing here. That does not happen in Indian unis, but it
Yeah.
happens in Australia. So that's good. When you are treated like an adult, you feel
Yeah.
like, okay, no, I am to be held accountable for this, and then you automatically get into that role and that responsibility.
Got it.
So I think that was great. I worked part-time because I had definitely my uni was only 2 days. Then I had to spend like maximum 3 days studying and getting everything done. So I had a lot of time to work part-time. Finding work part-time here is actually easy. It was easier for me because I've lived in London and worked there as well.
Yeah. So, you recently told me that you have, your own venture wherein
Yeah,
you have kind of like a startup thing has gone on for you,
yeah,
and you are doing pretty well with it, touch wood.
yeah.
So do you think being in Australia as a student or just being in Australia made a difference or gave you the kind of confidence to do your own thing, get a startup up and running, do, all the background work, bookkeeping and everything along with education? How did that come about?
So it's actually really easy. So Australia is one of the countries that does not have a lot of strict rules around you starting your own venture. So like even students, anyone that's coming here, even if they're not a resident, they can, register themselves for a business, even a personal business or a proper company business. And definitely, of course, it's up to you how you take it further. But the government definitely supports your ventures. So
That's
you
nice.
can work on very different ways. Like you can work part-time, you can work on contract basis, you can work full time. Of course, students can't work full time, but even if you're running your business, they allow you to do that as long as your studies do not get,
Effect.
they do not take the hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as that, so I was able to do that because I also had a business partner who was taking major of the load, so
Hmm.
that I only had to spend like 24 to maximum 28 hours in my work.
That's nice.
So I think so that was good. So but ultimately the government supports you, so that gives you the confidence as well. And Australia is very big on networking.
Hmm.
And it's because the population is small, kind of everyone knows everyone. So it's easier to find those connections and connect with people that ultimately support you. So that's a good thing here. Yeah. So which made the work
Which
easier.
which actually is such a, in when you look at it at hindsight, it's not easy. Kind of, you can't imagine doing this in kind of India, being a student,
No.
working part-time, handling your own business, and then at the same time living your life as well, like going
Yeah.
out, like meeting your friends and just traveling and everything. So all of that, I think, comes about only because you are in a country that facilitates all of that, and at the
Yeah,
same time you
absolutely.
are among like-minded people that are kind
Yeah.
of on the same journey, so you're
Yeah.
motivated at the end of the day. That's so good to hear.
Absolutely.
So how does the future look like in Australia, Myra?
So, I definitely want to settle here. I do. I mean, of course, I want to get the best of both worlds where I have a business here. The whole reason to set up a business was that I'm not tied to the nine
Yeah.
to five,
Yeah.
and I can easily go back to my family whenever I want and visit or travel. But even if, to those who do feel secure in a 9 to 5 job, Australia has very fair working rules. Like when if your annual leaves, your overtime, you do not really have to do that like you do have to do that in India. Like you're tied to your work, you're tied to your desk. You don't have to do that. You have quite a balance when it comes to work and life. They give you like 24 annual leaves, which are actually annual leaves. You can actually get them. It's not like you'll get to hear no and everything. And even if you can take unpaid leaves as well, if you think that something is really important for you to do, you can take time off from your work. And there are amazing new policies here. Your paternity leave, maternity leave, even if you've gotten a new pet, you get a leave.
Wow.
And then yeah, then you get, like, I was working at a company which had a life leave, which is like you can take a leave for anything in a month. Like, you fell, yeah, you fell down, you could take a leave. You had some errands to run, you can take a leave.
Mental health
So
is
companies,
also,
yeah,
considered
mental
as
health is
very
big.
important. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is
So
like
mental
an
health is,
increasing concern. Not many
yeah,
people, are aware that it is a very strong reason for anybody to feel
it
out of
is. Yes.
place, for anybody to kind of feel overwhelmed. In India,
Yeah.
It's just that, "Arey, shake it off, move ahead."
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stigma around it.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah,
disregarded all the time, but it's such an
yeah,
important aspect, especially in young, like youth, because
yeah,
juggling so much, oh, you're bound to get overwhelmed one day or the other.
yeah,
That it is openly accepted is,
yeah,
good, because now at least people can talk about it.
yeah, absolutely.
So, Myra, what advice would you give any student who is planning to come to Australia? From
I would
your
say that
experience, what should they be prepared for? And what is something that they should not really worry much about? What does your experience as a student say?
I would say do not worry a lot about the transition. It happens naturally. Don't try to force that. And then there are a lot of people like, you helped me a lot. And so kudos to that. And even my university helped me a lot. So there are ways for you to have get that support. So all you do have to ask for that
Ask for
support. So
it,
do not shy away from asking
asking
for
for
that
help.
support. The government is there. The university has free sessions for you, helping you to learn or helping you cope up with your mental health or cope up with stress. And even they have free food banks. Like you, if you don't are not able to make your ends meet, Monash has free food bank. You can just go there and just grab a basket and get a few groceries for yourself. Then so and even the government helps with that. There are a lot of people who are doing a lot for students here, so do not worry about transition. But I would definitely advise that focus on what you're coming here to do not take your studies for granted.
Yeah,
You studies are definitely expensive and they're worth it. When you graduate and if you've done well with your studies, you actually get good jobs. So keep working in keep working. And when you are studying here, keep working on the skills that
yeah,
whatever outcome you want from your studies. So say you're working in marketing, so keep working on your marketing skills, keep polishing, and keep networking, so that when you're ready for the job, the world is ready to accept you as well. So those will be my top three advices.
top three advices. Wonderful. I won't take you, keep you long. Just one last question before I let you
Yeah.
go. When you decided that you wanted to come to Australia and you approached, us, KC Overseas Rohini,
Yeah.
um, did you think making that decision was the right one, or the outcome would have been same
Oh.
had you chosen any other, agent?
No, no, no. So I think I am very grateful that I met you, Nitya. Like I think I said it to you the other day on the call as well, because I really, because I have met way too many agents. Like because when my journey for my education has not been an easy one, and it has not been short either. It has been quite a long journey.
Yeah, you
And
came to me after you were already done with Canada and already done with the
yeah,
UK. So you came to me after that. You already had
yeah,
other
exactly.
agents.
Exactly. So that meant that I had met a lot of agents in Delhi, and I was kind of burnt from that as well.
Yeah,
So
I remember.
I had my doubts, but I think on the very first call, you gave me this assurance and that this encouragement that kind of helped me settle in my decision.
Yeah.
And I definitely think it was one of the best decisions I made, because had you not pushed me to go for Australia, I would definitely have ended up in either Canada or UK. And I think I'm better off being in Australia, because this is one of the countries that I really really like. So yeah, I can't thank you enough, and I think it was one of the best decisions that I make, so I'm very grateful for that.
Wonderful. I remember when your process was going on, and we were just in the middle of so many things because the profile was complicated, and
Yeah,
you would panic anytime you had anxiety, you would have anxiety. I would always say,
yeah.
yeah, ho jayega.
Yeah,
And you would sometimes
yeah.
say, please tell me ho jayega. I'm like, ho jayega, Myra, don't
Yeah,
worry.
absolutely.
So you're
Absolutely. Even
always
you're doing this right now as well. Yeah, with my extension visa, you're doing that
yes.
now.
Yes, no, but I think it's all about a bond that you form with all of your kids, and
Yeah.
yours is one case that even my colleagues at head office remember. So when we were talking about what we're doing right now, I was
Yeah.
speaking to Rajat about it, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I remember." And I was like, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I remember." So
Yeah.
some of the cases, they just leave a mark on you, because it was
Yeah.
not just the visa was not the win. Obviously, it was the win for you,
Yeah.
but for me as a consultant to pull off a profile of that stature to a successful outcome was the
Yeah.
highlight
Yeah.
of the kind of my career. I was like, wow, if I can do this, I can pretty much do anything. And so when I talk to you, and I really, really
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that we still talk. that,
Yeah.
hi, hello, here, there. If I need something, I know that I call Myra, and, Myra will do it for me.
Yeah.
So I have that
Absolutely. Yes.
confidence. So, it's so nice to see you blooming and having fun and settling down and having the time of your life, traveling, experiencing everything that you desired.
Yeah.
You living that life, it just makes, not just me, but everybody so happy
Yeah.
that this is what we envisioned when you were
Yeah.
doing, and finally it has come
Yeah.
true, and hopefully the future will be even
Absolutely.
better. मैं सब बच्चों से मेरी बात हो रही है, and all the kids have such sweet things to say. I
Yeah.
just feel like, I must be doing something right. That
You genuinely care, and that shows. I think that is
yeah,
what we need in people who have, because you have something very strong in your hand. It's like future of all these people who are entrusting you with it, like their studies, and that's not just going to be till studies. That's going to affect everything that comes after. So it's like you're getting the ball rolling. So,
yes.
and you being genuinely concerned about it and giving your genuine effort, I think that says a lot about not just you, but also the whole institution of.
But this is, what we were discussing. This is, I think, what makes us different from other agents, because KC
Yeah.
Overseas, we take each case personally. Like,
Yeah.
I know not just you, I know your sister, right?
Yeah.
I know your family. I know your
Yeah.
cousins. I know what you are doing. So similarly, with all the other students, I would just talk to them, and just, this automatically a kind of a bond is formed wherein I get personally involved, and each
Yeah.
case sort of becomes like, a thing that I'm personally looking forward to. Obviously, the team
Yeah.
is there, but I am just, going through documentation and looking if, कुछ रह तो नहीं गया, अरे इसको additional हम ये कर सकते हैं.
Yeah.
So, the girls are working at the back end, but I'm like, जब तक मैं involved नहीं हो जाती, तब तक I feel like,
Yeah.
नहीं हो रहा है, मुझे करना
Yeah.
I have to be
Yes,
involved.
absolutely.
So yeah, I think that is थोड़ा सा एक personal involvement होना चाहिए. It's always better. I just feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Myra, once again for doing this. It
Thank
was so
you.
lovely to talk to
Oh,
you. Just keep it
gladly,
as
gladly.
always. And,
Absolutely.
we will speak soon.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you
Bye.
so much for having me. Thank you.
Anytime.
Bye.
Bye.